DIY Wednesdays. I'm Sharrah.
And I'm Greyson. And today we're doing our most requested DIY video.
My wood headboard from all of my apartment tours. If you haven't seen those, they're linked at the end of this video.
Now I have to warn you, there are tools in this video.
And no glitter.
Shame about that glitter. But seriously, don't be intimidated by the nail gun I use in this. I only use it for filming purposes. I actually would have preferred to use nails or screws.
And I would have preferred to use glitter.
Speaking of glitter, I have a surprise at the end of the video for all you glitter lovers.
Really? You use glitter on something?
It's a surprise. And now, how to make a reclaimed wood headboard.
Why am I pointing?
I don't know. And here's what you need. A pneumatic air gun, some 2-inch nails if you have a pneumatic air gun. You need a drill and a drill bit with one of those square head bits because they fit in these little square head screws that are a lot more like nails. Or you can use a hammer and nails. Again, 2-inch nails are preferred. Use a sander if you have one, or sandpaper. You can use a chop saw or a regular saw. And I got some metal plates and 1/2-inch screws. Then a couple colors of spray paint that match the darker wood tones in the wood selection you have. Then I also used some ebony stain from Minwax. It's a really dark stain, pretty much black. And step 1, stain the plywood backing. Now for my backing, I'm using this piece of plywood. It's 4 foot by 4 foot by 3/4 inch thick. So take your stain, and I'm using a roller. You don't have to use a roller. You could use a sponge brush or really whatever does the trick for you. Once it's all on there, I'm going to grab a rag and just wipe it down so that all that excess isn't going to run off or get sticky on my hands or anything. This is kind of what it's going to look like once you get it nailed down. Step 2, designing the pattern and layout of the wood. So take your wood you got. Everything I have, I'm just going to lay out in a pattern I like. I'm going to use this as an example, these paper pieces. Kind of move it around until you see the wood pattern you like. And now I'm going to line up everything so I have these staggered gaps. And that's what it's going to look like. This headboard was 58 inches wide by 50 inches tall. Step 3, cut the wood to match the layout design. Pretty simple. You have your layout design, just mark it, then cut it. Drop it back in the pile. Mark the next one. This is what it looks like here. Just continue this until you pretty much have your entire headboard cut out. Step 4, sand the wood until all the splinters are gone. We don't want any splinters on this wood for obvious reasons, but really it's so that your hair or your pillow or blanket don't get caught in the headboard. So sand it down nice and smooth, but be careful not to sand out too much of the fun details. Step 5, stain the raw cut edges and ends of the wood. Every time you cut the wood, it's going to be really bright, so we're going to knock that back with those spray paint colors we have. Now I'm using some random spray paint I had. It's kind of a darker gray color, and that works with what I'm using. And you don't have to, but I'm choosing to use some more stain and a little bit of that cloth I had and rub it in to make some cool little lines. I think this piece turned out really good. I'm going to go ahead and grab another piece and we'll get started on the next one. And when you're done with this, just move on to all the rest of the boards. And when those are finished, it's time to have some fun. Step 6, nail the finished boards to the plywood backing. See if you can guess exactly how many nails I used. Leave a comment below. Bam! Step 7. Screw the metal plates to the warped boards where needed. So now I'm going to show you why you need these little metal plates and those little 1/2-inch screws. Because if you take a screw that's too long, it's going to stick out past the wood, and we don't want it to stick through to the front. That's going to look junky. So use those 1/2-inch screws, that way you won't stick through. And screw the plate through the back of the wood. Obviously you put it on either side of that crack. Then once you have a screw going into the opposite board, you'll see it tightens up right here. Bam! Nice and snug. See how it goes flush? Do this to the rest of the boards if they need it. Step 8. Mounting the finished headboard to the wall or bed frame. Now you could take your headboard just like this and screw it to the wall directly or hang it on the wall. But we decided to go ahead and mount it to a bed frame. So these little yellow dots are going to represent some screws or bolts. Now here's a couple shots of the finished headboards. I think they turned out pretty good.